Welcome to another video from my cybersecurity channel. In today's video, I'm going to take a look at the top hacker operating systems used in cybersecurity. Before we get started, please do remember to subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest video notifications whenever I release a new video. So, before looking at the top operating systems for hackers used in cybersecurity, a few words of warning. With any of the operating systems I mentioned today, remember you'll need some authorization to install them if you plan on testing them in your workplace. Otherwise, you could end up being fired as you've put your employer's network at risk. Please also do not run these as your main operating system and use them for day-to-day tasks like email, etc. Even the hacker operating system developers warn about doing this. So let's get started on the top hacker operating systems used in cybersecurity. So first is Kali Linux, and this is one of the most popular operating systems used in the hacking space, and that includes ethical hacking too. Kali Linux is a Debian-based Linux distribution and open source, and it's free. Kali Linux comes pre-installed with a whole bunch of penetration testing programs. These include a good set of apps for reconnaissance gathering, which means finding out about vulnerabilities and exploits about services across the internet, like in DNS, in SSL, in VPNs, in FTP sites, to scanning networks and operating systems for vulnerabilities. Kali Linux also includes apps for testing web applications for potential weaknesses using password attack tools, for example. These password attack tools have tools inside them for dictionary attacks and brute force attacks to web vulnerability and exploitation scanning. Next on my list is Backbox. This is a Ubuntu based Linux distribution, and it includes access to hacking tools, but not as many as Kali Linux, and can be used for web application analysis, networking analysis, stress testing, vulnerability assessment, computer forensic analysis and exploitation. Next is Parrot Security Operating System, another operating system based on the Debian GNU Linux. The Parrot Security Operating System includes tools from Kali Linux and the FrozenBox operating systems. This operating system is free and it's open source. Deft Linux is next, and Deft stands for Digital Evidence and Forensics Toolkit and is a derivative of GNU Linux. Deft contains essential tools from Digital Forensics Framework, mobile forensics including Android and iOS, and DART, which stands for Digital Advanced Response Toolkit. Next up is Samurai Web Testing Framework. The Samurai Web Testing Framework is actually a virtual machine that can run on VMware or VirtualBox. This VMware is pre-configured as a web pen testing environment and contains some great open source and free tools to attack websites. For reconnaissance, the Fierce Domain Scanner and Multiga tools have been included. WebScarab and Rat Proxy tools can be used for mapping. W3AF and Burp tools can be used for discovery, and for the last part of ethical hacking and penetration testing, BEEF, Ajax Shell tools can be used for exploitation. Next is the Network Security Toolkit. NST for short is a Fedora-based operating system and comes as a live DVD USB flash drive. It contains around 125 open source security tools and can be used to check network security and do penetration testing. It's great to find out about vulnerabilities, so these can be remediated before the real hackers try to exploit them. Next is Black Arch, and Black Arch is an Arch Linux-based security and penetration testing distribution. This has a staggering 1600 tools and gives Kali Linux a serious run for the money when it comes to application and web testing. Next in my list is Cyborg Hawk Linux, which is in high regard as an incredibly powerful Ubuntu-based penetration testing operating system. It's open source and free to use. This Ubuntu-based distribution has a lot of tools included, around 700 for penetration testing and around 300 tools for mobile security and malware analysis. Knacktrack is another Ubuntu-based penetration testing Linux distribution. This distribution has a lot of utilities for penetration testing. It's got a nice GNOME-based GUI interface and contains plenty of penetration testing too. Finally, there's NodeZero, another Ubuntu-based penetration testing Linux distribution. It's open source and free to use. This distro has plenty of penetration tools on board with more than 300, so can easily provide the coverage needed for pen tests. And that's a wrap up on the top hacker operating systems used for cybersecurity. Thanks for watching my video on the top hacker operating systems used in cybersecurity. Want to know the difference between ethical hacking and cybersecurity? Check out my article, link is in the description below. Please subscribe to get notified of my latest videos. Thank you for watching. Till next time.